As anybody who's watched any of all my other stuff will know, I don't watch the news. And last night I happened to watch a bit of the news. That much news. I watched about 3 minutes worth, and which caused me to write an entire page. So you can imagine, if I sat and watched the news, I'd just be going on forever. And I go on enough as it is. But there was this sort of, I think it was Lord Levy, I think his name was. And whilst I was watching this chap speak, I was thinking about, you know, the way experts, as such, are sort of seen. It's like you're seen as an expert if you like know about your subject more things than somebody else does. I think I heard years ago that you only have to know 3 more things about something than somebody else in order to be an expert. Can't see that being the truth. But this chat was going on, and obviously I live in Traveland, right? I do understand a lot of big words, right? When I can be bothered, right? But most people who live in Traveland with me, you know, aren't experts on politics, finances, blah, blah, blah. Otherwise, they wouldn't live in Traveland, yeah? Or they... no. Right, so I was, like, just in 2 minutes, parameters, proliferation, fractious relations, and, oh yeah, special envoy to the Middle East. It's like, what does that guy do for a living? You know, what special envoy? It's like, that's not a job description. That doesn't say, you know what I mean? You've got builder, that man builds things, quite obviously. Special envoy. I said envoy for a start off, right? And whatever he's doing, if it's something to do with making peace, it ain't working, right? But basically, you've got, right, your political experts, then you've got, say, people who, like, a surgeon or whatever, he's got a whole oodles of terms that he's got to remember. Your financiers have got terms coming out of their ear holes. Now, my theory, right, tell me if you agree with me, I should imagine you probably won't yet, but if you think about it, you know, knowing lots of really big words doesn't make you clever, right? My theory, as with the numbers, there's so much terminology that basically it breaks things up so that no one person can understand it all, because you've got an expert on this, you've got an expert on that, this person's that expert, that person's this expert, so they've got to talk to each other. This person's going to go like, you don't know, no. This person's going to be going, you don't know, no. Because when you become an expert in anything, when somebody's not an expert in it, you go, you don't know. I know something you don't know. Now, all of these huge terminology words that we have to put into everyday life, you know, the political words that basically just cover up the fact that we're being drafted. Take all that away, all the flouncy gobbledygook. Why can't it just be, this person does this job, does it bloody well, that person does that job, does that bloody well? And I'm not explaining this at all properly, what I'm trying to say. But we're running around, we're trying to remember the things that make us impressive, all the things that we're good at, yeah? So if you're good at surgery, yeah, if you've got a steady hand and you're really good at surgery, you can't do that, right? You can't do what you're really good at unless you spend years and years and years learning loads of words, and you have to remember them. Whatever you do, you've got to remember fiscal this and constitutional that and all of this lot. You have to understand it to even stand a chance. Now, when we watch the news currently, you would, unless you had a pause button and a dictionary, you wouldn't know what the heck half of these people were going on about, like, throughout the entire the entire length of things. Now, of course, that's not how we watch the news. We watch it, it gets boom, straight on to the next thing. No time to think. We're not allowed to think. It's all got to go in there. Bugger fly. It's all got to go in there, and it's got to keep our memory synapses busy. Because while we're running around trying to remember these words, trying to make the numbers add up, trying to make sense of things that make no sense, the things which are there when you take away all the flouncy gossip, all the flouncy language and whatever, the basic fact of it is there's a group of people who basically make up all these words, make all these like special rules and regulations, jiggle the numbers about, and we, right, because they've done this to us and we don't know this is being done to us, we carry on running around like, you know, headless chickens, an entire lifetime's worth, and they are laughing at us. Now, our life shouldn't be about remembering barely rememberable things, and they do this to us so that there's not enough room in there to actually think for ourselves. We all know that this world's wrong. We all know that crap's happening. You know what I mean? But we're so busy, you know, trying to remember things, trying to make sense of this idea stew, which cannot be done. They've put all this in here to confuse us on purpose so that we don't think for ourselves. The human brain is absolutely amazing. We can do so much that we're not allowed to do because our brains are kept busy with gobbledygook. And if you strip it away, just see what is happening to you as a human being. You are being used. The things that we are doing don't all need to be done. And basically, they're just keeping us busy. Please try and see that. They are trying to keep us, well, not trying, they've been doing it for generations, for crying out loud. They are keeping us busy so we don't think for ourselves. And that is a god-awful shame. We really should start thinking, because when we do, miracles can happen. You want world peace, you want an end to poverty, hunger, violence, crime. So easy. Just realise what they're doing to you. Be proud. You know what I mean? It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's been bred into you since the age of 4. You've been confused since the age of 4 on purpose to fulfil their aims, just to shut you up and keep you busy. So please join me at Convergence at letsavers.ning.com. We're spreading the question. Just question things. And then we're going to have a fantastic time. Honestly, as soon as you realise what they are actually doing to you and sort of like think, yeah, you know, and it's not going to take much doing. Trust me. All it takes is for us to wake each other up, spread the question, and then that'll all get me on the telly as well if you can. That'd be fab, because I would love to have a go at these guys. All right then, I'll see you soon, and you take care. Bye bye.